Hey guys, this is Matt Reisinger
And Jordan Smith.
of The Build Show. We're coming to you from Baltimore, Maryland, where we're at the Remodeling and Deck Expo.
And we're going to show you what is cool and the best of here at the show.
Let's get going. Hey guys, coming to you from View Rail. They've got a brand new product behind me they call Flight, which is pretty darn cool. This is basically an all out of the box stair and railing system, and I thought I'd track down my builder buddy from Texas all the way up here.
Good to see you, Matt.
Matt Sneller. This is Sneller Custom Homes in Houston.
Yep.
Now, Matt, I know you do a bunch of remodels and new construction down in Houston, and Houston, like Austin, has a ton of Tuscan houses that need the heart of the Tuscan pulled out of them, and you and I both do a lot of those.
Replace it with a nice modern
A
beauty.
whole modern contemporary
Absolutely.
interior.
Absolutely.
So tell me how a product like this could benefit you as a builder, Matt.
Well, this is awesome because we've actually had requests before and clients didn't go through with it, but I didn't have a resource to build something like this. I don't have a welder on site. I don't have a fabrication shop that I work with real closely. And so it wasn't even possible. And so now seeing this product, it's actually reachable and I can easily bid it out, and from what it sounds like, the installation of it's just a breeze.
That's pretty cool. So this is a steel stringer, and then they've got wood treads and then a whole railing system. You can order it from these guys direct. They basically, you need to give them the finished floor to finished floor height, and then everything comes out on a freight truck so that your carpenters on site can put it together. Now, do you need a welder? Do you need to cut and fab on site?
Not that I understand. It's just bolting everything together. So
how cool is that?
Bolting the brackets to the wall, bolting the treads to the stringer, and
with your finished carpenters, how long do you think it would take to install one of these?
I mean, the first time might take 2 or 3 days, but I bet after we've done 1 or 2, they're doing it in a day and a half.
That's pretty awesome.
Which, I mean, normally, what would you think? Something like this to build it on the job site is 2 or 3 weeks?
Yeah, I've done a bunch of these, and usually we're doing some on-site fab, some off-site fab. It's expensive, it's time-consuming, so to have this done off-site and then to put it together on-site, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Did they talk to you about cost at all?
Yeah, they did. So they said kind of just a single rung stringer is probably going to be 10 to 15 grand. And then you do something similar to this setup where it's the double with the landing and it's probably 25 grand.
And that's walnut treads, stainless.
Absolutely.
They got options for all those.
Yeah.
It's a pretty impressive system.
It is. And he said even, I mean, maybe 15 grand for even a double like this, but with less expensive finishes. So that's amazing. I mean, you probably know better than me, price-wise.
I mean, from the bids I've seen, that's at least 50% less than doing it from on-site, maybe even half the cost.
Yeah.
And then I think the big deal for us, though, as builders is cycle time, too, right?
For sure.
I mean, if they're building this off-site, I can keep on in construction. I could even put a temporary 2x10 staircase up just to get workers up and down and then pop this on towards the finish end. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Or put it in early and protect it. Pretty awesome.
Yeah, I agree.
Guys, go to viewrail.com for more on this one, and we'll see Matt at the next show.
Absolutely.
Take
Good
care,
to see you,
Matt. All right, guys, we're at the Clipstone booth, and I thought this was really interesting. Check this out. This is a faux stone. You know, this is used all over the country, especially where they're not quarrying stone easily. But check this out. Looks pretty good from the outside, but here's what I like. Clip system. Look at this. When you put this on, you've got a natural drainage plane behind this. My problem with most of these products, these faux stones, is that they get licked and stuck right onto the building, which means that you've got an easy pathway to problems later on. And in fact, a lot of houses with this faux stone, or lumpy stucco, as Joe Stebert calls it, have had problems. But I really like this one because you're going to avoid the problems naturally with this clip system. So here's what you got. You got a mold, and they pour concrete in here. This is like 4,000 PSI concrete. They set in this clip that's a galvanized clip, and then can you see this right here? It's got these nubs on it as you look sight down there. It can't get any closer to the wall than that. So you naturally have about a, I don't know what that is, 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch air gap no matter how you install it. You can't screw it up. Now, I think that these guys are marketing this product as a siding contractor, DIY, general contractor kind of product. It really is just 2 screws. I'd use some galvanized screws on this. But let's take one apart just to kind of show you how it works. So when you pull this off, look, it's got these legs that slide down in there, and that gives you the gap. It naturally butts up against the other stones. They're all in 4-inch increments. You can't mess this up. It's just 2 screws on the top. And again, look at that natural gap. So any water that gets back there is gonna naturally fall down. There's gonna be no capillary action. There's gonna be nothing that's gonna rot out this building. Very cool system. Now they make it in all kinds of flavors and styles. I think their website is myclipstone.com. But like I said, even though this is intended as kind of a DIYer, siding contractor, general contractor kind of product, man, I would use this everywhere because you can't screw it up. Because whoever installs it can't miss the air gap and the rain screen that happens behind this. Very, very cool product. myclipstone.com to find out more. This definitely is the best of the show.
All right, check out this deck system. This is by the guys at Tile Deck, Paver Deck. And what's cool about it is it comes in pre-made steel Z's like this, and then you screw them together here and here and here. So they go up to 12 foot long, they're up to 12 foot in length, they're galvanized, they're rated to be on ground, in ground, above ground. They give a 30-year warranty. They're UL certified for their wall product as a fire rated UL product. Just really cool way of getting a nice, perfectly flat surface. You can do wood over the top. You can use tile, which, you know my opinions on the wood looking tile. It's like, if you want wood, go with wood. If you want tile, go with tile. Don't make wood look like tile, but that's a whole different rant that I can go on. So anyway, you can do tile or you can do a natural stone, which is huge because now you've got a substrate that is going to last as long as the stone on top of it. Maybe not quite as long, but you get the point, right? In 30 years, styles are going to change and you're going to be pulling it out for different reasons than it just rotting away. So a really cool way of getting a flat surface. At first I was thinking, well, this would be great for elevated. I think you see one of their pictures here, over here. You see this is elevated here, and I was like, man, that's a great use for it because it's an easy way to get an elevated deck. In Austin, we have a lot of hills, and we're always building decks off the end of our houses to make a pretty place to go out and sit. But you get under those decks and you start looking, and all the wood is always rotting out. With this system, it's pretty economical. I think it's $12 a square foot. They're only distributing out of Menards right now, but they're going to be a special buy product from Home Depot in the future, and a great way of doing both elevated, on grade, and even in grade decks to get that flat, that perfectly flat surface. If you're a landscaper, you know how hard it is to make that perfectly graded surface and then get your stones to be on top. That's a lot of labor. With this system, you set it down on the ground and make sure your 4 corners are level. There's going to be some leveling, but it's going to be a much quicker way of getting a perfectly flat, level deck that is going to, the substrate, the building side of it is going to last as long as the finishes on top. Pretty cool stuff. Go check them out.
Hey guys, coming to you from the fastenmaster booth. Now, everybody knows this product right here. This is their Timberlock screw. Every builder in America has seen this, but these guys have some other products you may not have seen. Let's start on the deck side of things. This is the Remodeling and Deck Expo, of course. Now, these screws, like we talked about, everybody's seen these, but now they've got a flush version. Because what happens when you're building a deck, this happens often, where you've got a head in the way, and now you need to drop a joist on there because you've got a hanger here. They've got a flush version or a flat version coming out. This will be on the market really, really soon. They're previewing it here at the Expo. Okay, a couple other things I thought were interesting here though. I just used these on a job. My LVL framed house, we use these. If you're not familiar with this, this is called the Frame Fast system, and this is gonna replace a standard hurricane strap. Now, when you put hurricane straps on, of course, you got a 6-foot ladder, you got a hose, you got a strap, a piece of metal from Simpson that you got to put all these Tico nails in. This one screw is going to replace in it. So much faster and so much easier. Also interesting that it sticks out a little bit when it's done so the inspector can see it, and you may have to educate your inspectors on what this is. They may not have seen it yet in your marketplace. Much, much faster and much safer. Okay, now we just finished a deck with this product too, which I had not seen before. This is their Cortex system. They make it for all kinds of different composite decks, and it's kind of neat. It's sold in a pack. So for instance, if you're doing a AZEK deck like we just completed, you can get one that has the AZEK plugs and the screws. But here's what's cool about it. When it's all done, it's going to plug over, but check this out. It's much easier than you might think. Here's their fastener, or here's their bit rather. It's got a little bit of felt on there, and let's actually screw it in. Now this is actually an AZEK trim board, as if it was a fascia. Look how it just blows right through. But what it does is it creates a little channel so we can put this on. This is a color matched plug. Now you want to line the grain up, so the grain's going this way. We're going to put that plug in, press it down, rip that off, and then it's just a little bit proud. We're going to flush it up. That's pretty neat. But what happens if you put one of those in and realized, oh shoot, I got to take that fascia board off, or I made a problem. I didn't realize you could do this. This is cool. We're going to put another fastener, the exact same fastener in, and we're going to actually screw through that plug. Oops, you got to go forward, not backwards. And look at that, you keep screwing, and what happens? The plug actually pulls right out, and now I can hit it in reverse and pull that out. So if I wanted to pull that trim board off later, even though you've got that hidden fastener that's been plugged, you're not gonna have to break out the Sawzall to pull that board off. You can actually use one of those screws. I thought it was really impressive. Cool stuff here at the Fastenmaster booth. We'll put a link in the description to their website so you can see all this stuff later.
All right, so if you've ever dug a hole, you know that it sucks, especially when it's a big hole for foundation and a deck. And since this is the deck and remodeling show, they are marketing to a lot of people who dig holes and put stuff on top of it. This is an alternative to digging a hole. It is a screw pile that you drive with a mini excavator. And so the thought is just like a screw, you drill it in. Instead of using an auger to excavate the dirt away, you're just screwing this pile in until you get to a certain level of torque, and then that torque translates back over to a certain load level that you can take. Really cool system. I don't know, what's the pricing per... I'm not going to be...
Depends on the range and the size and the load capacity.
Yeah.
But I mean, it could range from $250 up to $400. But
Okay.
it depends on the amount of compression you're going to put on it.
Okay, all right, cool.
Hey guys, coming to you from the Phase booth. Now this is not a product, but this is actually an app at the show. Pretty cool. Check this out. This is a quick intro. So from concept all the way through the construction process, this app is going to help you record this and use it as a sales tool. Here's Sergio, one of the co-founders. Sergio, give us the basics on what you guys have created.
All right, so Phase captures photos for projects, phase by phase now, instead of before and after, or all over the place on your camera roll. Milestone by milestone, you capture a consistent viewpoint of a project. And through the process that you're showing in those photos, you can sell more when you do estimates, and also keep your customers up to date on your project.
Pretty cool. So that one I showed you had 19 photos, and basically when you use your phone on the job site, it shows you like an outline, almost like a ghost
Yeah, we
of
call
the
it
last photo.
edge ghost. Yeah.
Edge ghost, so that then you, in the same exact spot, you can line it up, press the record button, and it's going to load to the Phase site as well as your camera roll, and it's going to produce that really killer time. I love time lapses, so I was super psyched about that. But here's what else I think is interesting about this, Sergio, is you guys have created a way for contractors to share their work. You know, I talk about this all the time with people because I've used a lot of social media in my business, and I have a lot of people that follow me now. But 10 years ago, when I started on YouTube, you know, I had 100 people that followed me. And I would tell you that social media, when I had 100 followers, was just as vital to my business as a contractor as it today when I've got a lot of people that follow my work. And so this is a really interesting way that you as a contractor put this yard sign out. Your work's going to go on the Phase app site. People are going to go to this website. They can see exactly what's going on. And even if only 30 people are following the progress of that, it's a great way to show off your work to those potential prospects, friends and family of your homeowners, right?
Yeah, they're great hyper-local prospects. They're watching from the outside this project going up, but they're probably kind of nosy and trying to wonder what's going on behind that property, maybe inside. Their neighbors, they're probably related somehow to that client, so they're super excited. They want to see what's going on. It might become your customer. So,
That's pretty cool,
yeah,
Sergio.
yeah.
And you and your co-founder are both contractors, right?
Yeah, we grew up actually in the contracting business. We've been in that business for decades now, and we kind of melded that with software, and I think we got a great package. Yeah.
And this is impressive. Tell us about pricing. Is this an expensive process? Is it free? What's the deal?
It's pretty much free for most of the core features, and we've got a pro plan that kind of layers on more professional marketing aspects.
Okay.
And we can talk about that if you contact us. Yeah.
Man, it's really cool, Sergio. And
Yeah.
in fact, their website that they showed me here that it takes you to, it almost gives you a way to have a website as a contractor and show off your existing projects.
Well, we think it's key to keep content live and up to date,
Yep.
and most websites nowadays are just stale, right? So content never gets updated. Phase allows you to do that kind of instantly. You can
that's
cool.
cool.
Update your Facebook page instantly, your website through a widget, and you get a portfolio page built into Phase. So phase.co/your username, and everything's there instantly from your app right to your website. So
This is cool, Sergio.
Yeah.
How do people find you guys?
we're on phase.app on Instagram, on the App Store at Phase, and phase.co. Yeah.
Good stuff, Sergio. Thanks, guys. We'll see you more from the Remodeling and Deck Expo in Baltimore.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Day one, man, it was a full day. We saw all kinds of interesting stuff, saw a lot of builder friends here. More coverage on day two coming up next time on The Build Show.